So Summit Planning Group, we're talking about something so many people are going through, buying a house or continue to rent, leasing a car or buying a car. All right, how do we even start the process of knowing what's right?
Well, the first answer is we have to get all the data. And so there's really two things to both renting or buying a car or a home that are the same. You need to look at the financial side. It's just simple math calculations. You bring it to a financial advisor, they're going to tell you which one's the best deal mathematically.
Right.
But then there's also the weight over here, which is how do you feel? What do you want? Do you want to own a home? Do you want to own a car? Do you want to rent? It's really up to that. And we can't tell you which is right because you have to make those weights on your own. We can just tell you what the math is.
Do you think it's different points in your life, they're a better time to buy a house for you or a better time to lease a car?
Yes and no. I would say historically, people normally start out renting apartments, for instance, when they go into college or come right out of college.
Right.
But the last few years, renting's been the better deal, or I'm sorry, buying the house has been a much better deal.
Right.
I mean, you could say you could pay a couple $100 less a month for your mortgage than you could for your rent.
And then there's all that getting that investment back, right?
Oh, exactly. And you're building equity in a home, which you can't do with a rent. I mean, you're renting, you're paying the people for their use of their property. Whereas in a mortgage, you're just paying off a loan and you're building equity in your own property.
Absolutely. So when would be the right time for somebody if they do want to rent?
Right time to rent, it's not so much a time so much as it is a feeling.
Okay.
I'm kind of one of those people. I would prefer to rent. Now, I don't for the simple reason I have to weigh my thoughts and feelings.
Sure.
I prefer to rent. I'm not very mechanical. I'm pretty frugal, so I don't like necessarily paying people to fix stuff when I can rent and have it fixed on the side.
Sure.
But me and my wife, we save $200 a month by paying a mortgage instead of renting.
Gotcha.
$200 a month, I'm going to do the upkeep and I'm going to struggle through the repairs.
Absolutely. So that's something you have to think about as well. Now let's talk about leasing and buying a car. What's the advantages to leasing?
Leasing a car is basically don't have to worry about the maintenance.
Yeah,
I mean, unless you
free
break it, you
oil.
buy it type deal.
Yep.
Generally, especially the last few years, leasing has been a much better deal for a car.
Yes.
There are some hazards to leasing, and that's one, you're restricted to your mileage, and two, there are potential hidden fees that you may not know about, tire wear, things like that. We actually had a client that recently leased a car, and it was a great deal financially. He was saving $100 a month easy. Now, he hated it. Reason being is his lease term came to an end, he was near his maximum mileage. So he decided not to drive his car because he felt he couldn't because he didn't want to have to pay the extra money.
Gotcha.
And then, so to that client, the emotional side mattered more than the actual financial side. But again, that's him. It's each individual, everybody's different.
And those are the things you have to weigh. So whenever you have somebody who's coming in thinking, I'm thinking about buying, I'm thinking about renting, you come in with the data, right?
Yeah, you bring us the data, I'll run the math, I'll get you the correct mathematical answer. But then I'm going to ask you, so what do you want? What is your thoughts and feelings? Now, if you don't care either way, it's really simple. We do what the math tells us to do. But if you're, well, I really want to own the car because I want to do this, or I really think I should own a house or rent an apartment, well, then you got to weigh, is the financial aspect worth more, or is your thoughts and feelings of what you're comfortable worth more? And that's really the answer. Unfortunately, it's not cut and dry. There is no black and white in this. Everybody has their own situation. And none of us fit into these nice, neat little boxes that it would be so easy to answer the question for.
Absolutely. All right, that sounds good. Thanks so much for being with us. For more information about Summit Planning Group and renting, leasing, buying, whatever you choose to do, just visit our website and